If my inner world, if my inner climate is not meditative and I remain disturbed and restless, I am always in a sympathomimetic mode. Means either I am in a fight mode or in a flight mode or in a pause mode. And this is really not good for us. Be you a doctor or be you a mother handling children, husband, family, cooking and all the affairs of life. I don't think doctors are busier than any woman, common woman of India. Isn't it? It's not also that we don't have time. We need to allocate time. I have been a pharmacist serving for more than 30 years, running my own businesses. I ran multiple businesses in one go. I also ran a family. I also did my practice of meditation on an average of 1 hour per day. And I have seen one fundamental thing, that whenever we close our eyes and meditate, your inner conscience and your outer approach to life, they come in front of you. For example, when I'm meditating in the morning, often the idea also appears, what should I be doing during the daytime? The meetings that I have, what products should I be ordering? As a student, when I was also practicing meditation, when I was a third-year student in pharmacy, what to read? This would pop up right away to my mind. And when you are quiet, when you are silent, and you become so meditative, and we try to read, you are able to understand things better than a person who does not meditate. If my inner world, if my inner climate is not meditative and I remain disturbed and restless, I am always in a sympathomimetic mode. Means either I am in a fight mode or in a flight mode or in a pause mode. And this is really not good for us. Per contra, if I am in a parasympathetic mode, my inner world will change, because with that ventral vagus nerve stimulation, we are able to harmonize our HVR, our blood pressure, our consciousness, everything changes. I will share with you a classical example of one research done by a doctor called Bruce Lipton. He did a lot of experiments with the effect of the environment on genetic expression. For example, when mothers-to-be were in a very bad neighborhood and a bad family situation, where the mother-to-be is sleeping in a bedroom, waiting for her partner to come home. God knows when that partner will come home in bad neighborhoods. And if at all he comes with a gun and sleeps with a gun under his pillow. Husband and wife is always under a stress situation, and if she is pregnant, what happens to the stress hormones which she entertains in her own heart, in her own physiological system, can cross the placenta barrier and also affect the fetus. As a result, what happens? More blood rushes into limbs at a cost of visceral organs. Frontal precortex or prefrontal cortex receives less blood at the cost of the hind brain, amphibian brain we call. So, if by simple practice, remaining calm and peaceful, at least during pregnancy time, can bring about such a magical result of having a child receiving more blood supply in the prefrontal cortex, more blood supply, in the visceral organs, there will be a balance actually. There is not just a more, but it's an equal distribution everywhere. Something is not at the cost of something else, but it's more like a holistic life, holistic development. Now, do you want to create a problem for your future generation by not remaining calm? If you meditate in the morning peacefully, then what happens that meditative state affects your daily activities also. You are in a surgical theater, for example, and you remain in a state of meditation, meditative state. You are able to calmly go through the entire process without showing or without actually going through a tension or a stress. You are able to do things confidently. Let us see, if I am also about to do something, whatever it be, just few minutes before that, if I can recollect my morning state of meditation, which is calmer and peaceful, I will be able to handle that task masterfully. Because before even I begin the task, I understand the whole map of it, the steps of it at a mental level. For students also, we can understand each step in a very intelligent way. So we are, instead of reading the chapter 3-4 times, you are able to understand the chapter just by reading once or twice. When we are doing anything, we will be making less mistakes. Now, doesn't all these things save you time? A meditative mind understands whom to talk to, whom to meet. It also means how I must not waste my time in useless things. You become conscious of your inner world, your inner dynamics. And thus, in fact, you may have spent half hour or 1 hour in meditation, but you end up saving so much of time for yourself, because all those useless activities will be filtered out. We have done a very special studies at York University in the state of Pennsylvania in the United States, where we studied the burnout ratio of the healthcare providers, including nurses and physicians and ancillary staffs. And we did notice that stress and burnout, it has completely gone down. Their sleep quality also improved, health improved. So if I can just simply close my eyes and meditate for a few minutes in the morning, few minutes in the evening before I go to sleep, and that improves the quality of life. So isn't it worth it? Worth investing 1 hour where you can save your entire life.